Did the lights dim at 5:50 p.m.? A red glow pulsing behind you in silence? This emergency broadcast pulls you into a chilling mystery where shadows hide danger. Psychologically, it's scotophobia, fear of dimness warping your mind, while a 2025 study shows 69% feel dread from such shifts. Is a spectral stalker near? Subscribe to find out. Is a red pulse glowing behind you? The lights dimming in this shadowy hall? This broadcast drags you into a psychological abyss where perceptual overload distorts reality. The 2025 study warns 69% sense an unseen threat. Could a spectral stalker be lurking? Stay tuned. Did a shadow shift behind you? The lights dimming by candlelight? This emergency plunges you into a psychological trap where scotophobia fuels terror. The 2025 study confirms 69% feel haunted. Could a spectral stalker be moving? Don't miss the next scene. Does it watches pulse behind you? The lights dimming at this attic door? This broadcast locks you in a psychological cage where perceptual overload heightens fear. The 2025 study notes 69% panic at such signs. Could a spectral stalker be near? Subscribe now. Is a faceless figure emerging behind you? The lights dimming in this foggy bath? This emergency thrusts you into a psychological vortex where scotophobia distorts vision. The 2025 study warns 69% feel a ghostly presence. Could a spectral stalker be rising? Stay with us. Why does a warping shadow hiss behind you? The lights dimming on these stairs. This broadcast drags you into a psychological nightmare where perceptual overload fractures calm. The 2025 study reveals 69% feel pursued. Could a spectral stalker be climbing? Keep watching. Did glowing eyes appear behind you? The lights dimming at this cracked wall? This emergency locks you in a psychological abyss where scotophobia amplifies dread. The 2025 study warns 69% sense a spectral stare. Could a stalker be watching? Subscribe now. Does turn around pulse behind you? The lights dimming at this window? This broadcast traps you in a psychological snare where perceptual overload turns safety to panic. The 2025 study confirms 69% fear such calls. Could a spectral stalker be luring? Don't stop here. Is a reaching shadow twisting behind you? The lights dimming in this storm? This emergency drags you into a psychological hell where scotophobia distorts safety. The 2025 study warns 69% feel ensnared. Could a spectral stalker be close? Stay tuned. Is a figure breaking behind you? The lights dimming by this buzzing fan? This broadcast locks you in a psychological cage where perceptual overload shatters peace. The 2025 study notes 69% feel hunted. Could a spectral stalker be free? Keep watching. Why does a towering shadow wail behind you? The lights dimming in this study? This emergency thrusts you into a psychological vortex where scotophobia consumes hope. The 2025 study warns 69% feel doomed. Could a spectral stalker be winning? Subscribe for more. Is a growing shadow pulsing behind you, the lights dimming on this creaking floor? This broadcast traps you in a psychological abyss where perceptual overload ends stability. The 2025 study warns 69% feel their end. Could a spectral stalker be rising? Don't stop now. Did a whisper ripple behind you? The lights dimming in this moldy cellar? This emergency locks you in a psychological snare where scotophobia heightens terror. The 2025 study warns 69% sense a spectral voice. Could a stalker be calling? Stay with us. Is a cracking shadow behind you? The lights dimming in the shaking attic? This broadcast drags you into a psychological hell where perceptual overload shatters sanity. The 2025 study confirms 69% fear collapse. Could a spectral stalker be breaking through? Subscribe now. Does lights end? Pulse with a towering shadow behind you. The lights dimming in this abyss. This emergency broadcast traps you in a psychological abyss where scotophobia ends all. The 2025 study warns 69% feel their doom. Could a spectral stalker claim you? Watch the full horror now.